Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Ha, Rocha Kodash, Ma'amath. Double honors to the elder apostles of GMS and their elders. Double honors to my elder, Aharawan Banyasharala of the Lions Den Camp, here in Jacksonville, Florida. Shalom to the sincere Akim, pushing his truth and sincerity around the four corners of this earth. I'm Nakar Harab by Yasharala, coming out of the Lions Den Camp of Yasharala here in Jacksonville, Florida. And now today I'll be coming out with a lesson. It's an impromptu, but I guess the title would be, we're looking at the infrastructure of or the setting up of martial law. You know, with the recent we'll say riots, you know, that have been going on around the four corners of the earth. There's been 5 different happenings. You know, California being one of them with Jake being deported, no matter if they was born here or not. You know, the alligator Alcatraz and so much other things. This is the framework for this devil to bring forth martial law, and he has the problem reaction solution shtick that he going with. I mean, he gonna create a problem and then bring in the solution, you know. But nonetheless, without further ado, let's just get right into it. Salakia. This is Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. It says, "Therefore, rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he has a short time." And I'm going to focus on the fact that this devil is coming down with great wrath, you know, because he knows that he has a short time. This devil has brought much, we'll say, wickedness, much hurt, much harm, much danger, you know, on the earth. Because this devil has a short time to do his thing. So he's setting up policies, draconian measures. He's undermining laws, statutes that he put in place, all to push forth his wicked agenda in the earth, to try to get everything the way he wanted. But when you read Job, you know, chapter 20, the Lord is not going to allow this devil to even get that far. Right when this devil is getting ready to feel his belly, that's when the Lord is going to rain the fury of his wrath upon this devil. While this devil is sitting at his table getting ready to eat, proverbially, of course, when he's like, finally, like, before he could even take a breather, be like, finally, I got everything the way I want. That's when the Lord is going to come through and judge him. But nonetheless, we see ICE with what's going on right now. That's part of the devil's wrath. That's part of Satan's wrath, you know, or the physical counterpart of the devil, you know. And he is using ICE to oppress, hurt, endanger, and harm Jake and anyone else that's foolish enough or that just simply gets caught in this devil's wake of whatever he's doing. And again, LA, they still protesting right now. There's been a few protests here, about, like I said, about 5 of them. And though they may be in different places, they all correlate. You know, they're all part of a bigger agenda. And this is the devil's plan. So in order to push forth this, he's going to use, he's going to pull out every stop and use every tool that he can use, because he has a short time. This devil doesn't have a lot of time to push forth his wicked, sinful agenda in the earth. So we're looking at the infrastructure of martial law, of course, again with ICE. And then the devil, of course, he's going to beef up again the police, the riot police. That's what ICE is. ICE is really riot police, to quell civil uprising. That's really what it's for. because this devil knows that civil unrest is going to happen, which this devil think that it's a part of his plan, but no, this is really the plans of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. The Heavenly Father has planned for civil unrest to happen. And the truth of the matter is, this devil is going to be running damage control, trying to keep everything under his control, but losing control. And again, when this devil, like I said, he's come down with great wrath. So who do you think he's going to come at first? He's coming at Jake. And you see, again, what happened with ICE. Or what's happening, I should say, with ICE. They're not arresting criminals. They're not arresting, domestic terrorists. They're going after Jake. People who have come here to work, to make a living, to earn money, to either send back to their native land where Jake came from, where Northern Kingdom, of course, where they came from and came over here, or to come over here and just start a new life in totality. This devil is targeting Jake. He ain't targeted not now Edomite. He ain't targeted not now Elamite. He ain't targeted not now Moabite. He ain't targeted not now Ammonite. Now Ishmaelite. But he running up on Jake. But ultimately, when it comes down to it, the Lord is going to lift up a standard when this devil run up on the men of the Lord, the elect of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. This is Isaiah chapter 19. It's like chapter 59, verse 19. It says, "So shall they fear the name of the Lord Yahweh from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord Yahweh shall lift up a standard against him." So once it comes down to it, the Lord is going to make this devil and these other nations, but right now we're focusing on this devil, to fear his name, to fear him. It says, when the enemy comes rushing in, or come in like a flood, rushing in like a flood, when the enemy comes in to destroy, to kill, to hurt, to harm, and endanger, the Lord is going to lift up a standard. He's going to give brothers spiritual powers, and other brothers, the Lord is going to give the angels charge over them, and the angels are going to step in and protect brothers, Achium, Aquathium, and the babies, the children. So the Lord is going to lift up a standard, i.e. a defense, a do not pass go line for this devil. And the truth of the matter is, when that happens, this devil is going to get broke like dishes. It is what it is. And again, with this ICE fiasco, what is this devil doing? He is taking Jake and throwing him in concentration camps, internment camps, whichever terminology that you want to use. But this is what this devil is doing. And for the most part, Salaki, let me find this precept. So again, this devil is using ICE to grab up Jake and throw Jake in internment camps or concentration camps. Just to put a negative stigma on it, death camps. But let's continue. This is Isaiah 14 and 17. Let me just read it. Verse. It says, "That made the world as a wilderness, and destroyed the cities thereof, and that opened not the house of its prisoners." So this is what this devil does. This devil has made the world as a wilderness. This devil has destroyed cities, homes, towns, provinces, whatever terminology you want to use. And that opened not the house of his prisoners. Now here's in the form of a question, but this devil has not opened the house of his prisoners, Salakia. What happens? This devil goes at Jake, and Jake catch years for something minor. And they don't have any intention on letting Jake go. Doing stupid things like giving Jake 3 consecutive life sentences. Like, who's going to serve 3 life sentences? You know, things of the sort like that. So this devil is using this whole fiasco with the Washington, D.C. thing, which there was really not anything going on. If you do the research, it was just all hearsay and propaganda that the devil put out to what? To push forth an agenda. And this devil's agenda is to come against the poor, the lowly, the Israelites. But we staring again at the infrastructure of martial law. And it's going to come forth soon. When exactly? Don't know, but it's going to happen. Which is going to lead to a lot of things happening, because we see it already leading up to civil unrest. But let's continue. Back to some, so my last point. Salaki, it was not in Job, it was in Psalms. This is Psalms chapter 10, verse 2. It says, "The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined." So the wicked in his pride is persecuting the poor, doth persecute the poor, meaning does do it. You know, the poor. And who are the poor? The Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. That is the only thing that ICE is targeting. ICE is not targeting anyone else. It's targeting Jake, because the Latinos or Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, Colombians, whatever, they are the children of Israel. They are of the northern kingdom of the children of Israel. So, and of course, now this devil is looking to come at what? The southern kingdom. The Negroes, the Jamaicans, the Haitians, Benjamin, Levi, and Judah, with his ICE force, which they're nothing but a task force. They're there to quell civil unrest. Contrary to popular belief, they have already prepared. They already have everything set up and in motion to try, and I ain't gonna say try, but to stop any civil uprising that is to happen. Everything is set up. Everything is in place. You got to think. This devil tests and run field tests first before he know that he could implement his plan. You know, it says he's a cunning hunter of the field. You know, this devil, of course. But again, back at Psalms chapter 10, verse 2, it says, "The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined." So this devil is ultimately going to be taken in the same devices that he has imagined, that he's put forth to come upon the Israel. Because that's really what it is. He's coming upon Israel. The Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. That's who he's trying to eliminate, eradicate, obliterate, annihilate, destroy, get rid of. Whatever terminology that you want to use. That is really what this devil is planning on doing. That is really what's going on. And that's persecution of the poor, because our people are poor in this society. But this devil is going to be taken into the devices that he have imagined. Going back to Psalms chapter 20. This devil has oppressed. He has stolen. He has killed. He has dealt treacherously. He has lied. Committed all kind of wicked atrocities. The same devices that this devil is imagining, guess what? He's going to fall victim to the same thing. And another thing that's on the rise, that's looming, a race war, which this devil is not going to win. It's not going to win. Verse 3. It says, for the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and blesses the covetous, whom the Lord Yahweh hateth. So the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and this devil's heart's desire is to get rid of Jake, to eliminate Jake, to lock everything down, to control the whole world, so he can feel like, oh, he's the power. But Yahweh is the power. Yahweh is God. Yahweh Shai. They are the powers, the gods. But ultimately the Heavenly Father, because there's none over him. He's the one true living power. And he does not share that position and no glory with anyone. But this devil is trying to set himself up like he's the Heavenly Father, to try to control everything. That's why all this is leading up. This martial law, all is just pushing towards what? The MOTB. And the president of Babylon is going to be the one to usher it in. So again, the wicked boasts of his heart's desire. And what is the desire of this the wicked heart? To control everything and to eradicate Jake off of the earth. And he's going to use whatever military force that he has to do it. And it says, and blesses the covetous, whom the Lord Yahweh abhorreth. And this devil doesn't bless anyone but those of his ilk that are covetous, that are wicked, that are evil, that are sinful, which the Lord Yahweh abhorreth, meaning he hates. To abhor something means to have a great disdain or dislike, or hate for something. So yeah, we're looking at the infrastructure of martial law to come. And with that, Shalom.